Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Crypto Takeover here, coming back with a Bitcoin cryptocurrency video for you today. We're taking a look at the Bitcoin charts, taking a look at some news articles going on for today, and you can see Bitcoin kind of down right now. It looks like we do have our biggest gainer up right now, which is ADA. You can tell by our heat map here on Coin360. And yeah, we're gonna take a look at a few articles. Let's see what we got lined up for us. Cryptocurrencies and SPAC show signs of irrational exuberance, but the stock market is not in a bubble, says UBS. And yeah, I think they were kind of bearish on Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. They came out with the article saying that Bitcoin could go to like $100 or $0 or something like that. Pretty crazy stuff. And then last but not least, we have the Polkadot ecosystem is flipping over on XRP. So, you know, the total coin market cap, I believe, obviously has passed over Polkadot has passed over XRP. So we'll take a look at Polkadot's charts. It's been one of the best performing altcoins here in the past couple of hours, the past day or so. And yeah, let's go ahead and cue that intro and get started. All right, taking a look at our first article here. Cryptocurrencies and SPA show signs of irrational exuberance. Let's see what we're talking about here. So it says UBS Marks Khalifi said on Friday, note that while cryptocurrencies and SPAC show signs of irrational exuberance, investors shouldn't worry that the whole stock market is in a bubble. Within the IPO and SPAC market, and cryptocurrency prices are discounting future rapid price appreciation, a factor that's typically present during market bubbles, said Hafili. But large parts of the stock market are not expensively valued by historical comparison, the chief investment officer of Global Wealth Management said. Let's see. So while many parts of the market are showing signs of irrational exuberance that should alarm some investors, UBS says that there's still some risk assets outside of a bubble territory. All of the bubble and preconditions are in place, he explained on Friday, note citing record low financing costs, new participants entering into the market in combination of historical low interest rates and high savings from government stimulus that left investors who are searching for returns with no alternative but equities. However, that while parts of the market seem speculative, investors shouldn't worry. The whole market is in a bubble. The cryptocurrency market is exhibiting signs of excessive speculation, and IPO, SPAC markets are the hottest in the 2 decades, but these markets do not yet pose a broader systemic risk, the chief investment officer, Wealth Management said. Within IPO as well as crypto, prices are discounting future rapid price appreciation, a factor that typically presents during market bubbles. Speculation is pushing up prices for Bitcoin, especially as major investors raise their long-term price targets for Bitcoin, like Scott Meter, who sees Bitcoin hitting $400,000 in the future. So yeah, it does seem like more or less they are a little bit bearish as of right now on the market, saying that it could be a bubble. Let's see, but equities are not. But equities as a whole are not in a bubble, said Khalifi. For one, he explains that large parts of the market are not expensively valued by historical comparison. Also, valuations of indexes look reasonable against the backdrop of low interest rates, and use equity risk premium approaches to explain the stocks that look cheap relative to bonds. And it says here, last but not least, one reason that bubbles can be so deceptive is that there is often a gain of truth behind the narratives. The dot-com bubble, for example, correctly anticipated the impact of the internet. Many of the narratives linked to today's bubbles may also prove to connect. Investors may be able to capture some upside but reduce the risk associated with bubbles by identifying narrative, yet investing is more diverse. But yet investing is a more diversified way. So yeah, you know, obviously there's speculation still in this market when it comes to cryptocurrency, altcoins and such too as well. Saying that it could be a bubble is a relative statement, you know, but it, more or less that if this is internet 2.0 basically, you know, which if you're following this channel, you're a firm believer in cryptocurrency, then you need to make sure that you get into those such assets, such as the next Amazons, the next Googles. Those are the ones that are going to stick around. And so with that being said, folks, we're going to jump over into this Polkadot article, and Polkadot has literally been outperforming every other altcoin here in the past couple of days. And so There's been some bullish news on it. We'll take a look at this article, go ahead and dive on into it. We have Polkadot flips XRP to become the 4th ranked crypto after price spikes 100% in less than a week. We actually told our Patreon members that Polkadot was going to be one of our long-term holds too as well. And so y'all can come over to our Patreon page, join us in our Discord server on our private categories whenever you join the Patreon page, and get all the information about some of these altcoins that we're getting into. We talked about DOT a couple of months ago actually inside of our trading group page, and so now we've just seen it make a huge rise here in the past couple of days, which is so outstanding. So DOT, the native token of Polkadot network, has flipped XRP to become the 4th ranked token after its price rallied more than 40% in 24 hours since January 11th. The token has now gone up more than 100% to set a new all-time high of $18.06 on January 16th. And so, if let's say that the last article was that, well, this is a .com bubble, it's going to all be a bubble, these markets are all a bubble, this and that. Well, yeah, I totally get that. But at the same time, are you willing to try and capitalize based on the risk reward that this is the next .com? You know what I'm saying? This is Internet 2.0 basically that's being implemented here. Obviously we have a lot of data to back us up on the decisions that we make, and such as the alts that we feel that will stick around in this market, and also present some of that data inside of our Patreon trading group page too as well. We moved everything over to Discord, by the way, so everything that I post for the trading group members will be on Discord. But Patreon is just a payment processor that you can use to join us in our trading group page. But we have so much data that backs us up and all our decisions that we make when investing into certain altcoins too as well. And so hopefully you can also use that same due diligence whenever you're doing research on altcoins to know that some of these projects may or may not stick around, because let's say that this is a bubble. Well, you're also going to get some of those companies and products that are not going to be sustainable within the market as well if it is a bubble. So within the market capitalization currently standing at over 16.8 billion, the DOT token now surpasses that of XRP over $4 billion. Yet before the December 23rd, 2020 breakout, the Polkadot token had a market capitalization of just under 4.5 billion and on an average price of $4.70 according to data from markets.bitcoin.com. However, between then and January 3rd, the token soared more than 100% to close at $10.35. Yet after the initial price surge, the token then briefly stabilized at just under $10.35 before dropping to $7.61 January 11th. Nonetheless, after this short-lived retreat, the token went on another rally that accumulated in DOT displacing XRP. And we really haven't heard a lot of news about the XRP, with them still being under scrutiny with the SEC and such too as well. We haven't had a lot of, I've heard about some more delistings happening with XRP, and so it's not really looking 100% good. Right now, Bitcoin's sitting at about 35,700, so it is kind of, we are still in our symmetrical triangle here. We'll go ahead and finish up this article and then jump on over into the charts. Meanwhile, the displacement of XRP from its 4th position of by DOT comes as the former continues to delist the exchanges. Since the delistings began, the XRP token has now plunged from December 17th high over 60 cents to current price to 28 cents. Furthermore, and a move that is likely to add more pressure to the token, and Kraken Exchange has announced it'll halt trading XRP token on January 29th. However, this move is only expected to affect U.S. customers only. Yeah, so I do believe that XRP is still being used on other exchanges that are not U.S. regulated, and so I don't think we'll see the XRP token go away. It could still be here, but obviously, they're going to need to make a lot of changes for U.S. customers to start putting money back into it as well too. So let's jump over into the charts. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin to start us off with, and then maybe jump on over into DOT too as well. So let's take a look at it and see what's going on. All right, let me get situated here. All right, we are looking at Bitcoin to start us off with here on the 2 hour. This is what I was keeping a kind of close eye on as of right now. We are getting this consolidation triangle here. We've had 2 price targets, one to the upside, one to the bottom. We can kind of still draw this out to say that we are more than likely going to still see consolidation between these 2 ranges. Now, one thing that I would say is that you probably want to make sure that you have either stops set up on one of these different areas, whether you're going in short or long, or you want to wait till we get a breakout either above our green trend line or below our yellow trend line here. So that's just something to keep a close eye on. Bitcoin sitting right at about 35,700. We're starting to see a little bit more scare in the markets, I believe right now. I think people are getting a little bit of an upheaval when it comes to Bitcoin consolidating, getting maybe a little bit panicked, wanting to move into some of these alts that are also performing too as well. If we take a look at Cipher B here on our 2 hour time frame, we can see that our money flow does look like it's wanting to recover. You can see it start to get a little bit thinner here, maybe wanting to move back into that greenish territory, but we're going to kind of zoom out on these time frames and just get a broader perspective of maybe how much we actually do plan on moving up. So on our 4 hour chart, we still have Cipher B that's wanting to still kind of possibly sell off, just now moving into that reddish money flow there too as well. We can kind of zoom into it and see what's going on here. But yeah, the fact that we are, starting to see that red money flow up here on our 4 hour chart, I'd be a little cautious here I'm still thinking that we're probably going to see more consolidation out to the side. We've already gotten our trend lines drawn out on our smaller time frames. And now we just have to wait and see how this wants to play out. You can see even on our 5 hour and our 6 hour, we are making a steady support line here with this purple triangle with this purple trend line that takes us all the way back to 20K too as well. So that's going to be an interesting trend line to see if we hold it as support or not. So I would keep a close eye on that on some of our mid time frames and see what happens from there. 6 hour, no sign of it moving into the red just yet, although it is starting to kind of clip off. We need to be present and aware of that too as well. 8 hour and 12 hour still look relatively good. Cipher B money flow still looking pretty thick there. So I wouldn't be too scared. I'm just anticipating more probably consolidation out to the side. You could probably start to draw out that same triangle formation here too as well, and maybe anticipate probably some consolidation out to the side here. So we're keeping a close eye on our 2 hour time frame. You can already see here our 2 hour, our indicators have given us a symmetrical triangle that is forming. And folks, if y'all are interested in learning about some of the indicators that we use, such as Market Cipher, we use the Market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace and the TI sequential by Tonebase and the Market Guide buy and sell signal. All those links are in the description box below. So if you want to help support the channel, all the links in the description box below will help support. Or if you want to freely support the channel, just leave a thumbs up button. Just leave a thumbs up, and that'll also help support the channel. So highly appreciate that. You can see on our 45 minute, it looks like we are starting to recover here on Cipher B2 as well, with our money flow also headed into somewhat of an upwards trajectory too. So we're going to take a look at DOT, folks. We had a couple of price targets drawn out for DOT for us too, and we've pretty much already hit those. So I think we got one more price target drawn out for DOT, and it does look relatively good. Let's see what we had here. So we told our trading group page $16 to keep an eye out for that, and now we're looking for our next fib extension up to $21. So definitely keep a close eye on that. I'm going to be keeping our Patreon members up to date with what's going on there. And lo and behold, the 2 hour still, this money flow here on Cipher B still looks relatively good as well. We're probably going to see a nice little pick me up here with the green dot. You can see we got our last green dot back here, and now more or less we're going to probably see that same kind of small green dot to push us back to the upside as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if DOT has another substantial rally here in the near term future too as well. So yeah, you can already see on our 90 minute, we're starting to form that possibly a green dot that could be forming there too as well. Also holding support above our 21 EMA is going to be key on some of these mid to lower time frames too. The 2 hour holding support above our 21 EMA, possibly wanting to get a bounce here just like we had back here, continued the run up, possibly looking for our move to our next fib extension level, and so that could be occurring relatively soon, and we'll have to keep a close eye on it and see how that wants to occur. But folks, yeah, DOT is definitely going to be performing, and we're going to be keeping a close eye on it. We got all the way in at from $3 to $4 pretty much before the run even started, like way down here during consolidation phase. If we start to zoom out here, yeah, we were getting it dot. You know, right during here in this consolidation phase, we saw the triangles being formed, and we said, hey, we might want to get into this. So you can also come over there, join us in our Patreon page if you're interested, and see some of the other alts that we think will be sticking around for a long time and that we think will be performing in this market relatively well. So we trade in and out of probably about 25 different altcoins, and they're some of our long-term holdings, but we're using about, you know, maybe 5 to 10% to trade in and out of the market as well, and scraping profit along the way. So with that being said, folks, we're going to go ahead and end it here. Kind of a shorter video, but thanks for tuning in. If y'all have any questions, message me on Discord. If you want to pay with crypto to join our Patreon, or if you want to pay with crypto to join our trading group page, shoot me a message on Discord or send me an email, and I'd be glad to get back to you. So that's our Bitcoin news today, and yeah, we'll start to see how some of these positions start to play out. Maybe some of these consolidation ranges, maybe a push for DOT a little bit higher too as well. And without further ado, I'll see y'all on the next one. CTO signing out. Peace.